Hello and welcome to my backyard. This is Lily Beth, makeup artist. I want to share with you my favourite top tips for decluttering your makeup stash and just turning your what could be a rushed makeup routine into a bit more of a relaxing ritual where you can actually start to enjoy it a little bit more. So some of us love to play with makeup. I know I get sometimes lost and the time just ticks by, and before I know it 10-15 minutes is gone, but it's a whole lot easier to enjoy it, to do it in more of a relaxed state, or to put your makeup on, even rushed if you have to, when you've got everything at your fingertips. So my two top tips for decluttering or streamlining your makeup stash is one, put everything where you can see it. So actually have some systems in place or organization tips and tricks to put everything where you can see it. And number two is to try and cut down on the individual pieces of makeup that you buy. So going back to number one, putting everything where you can see it. So I'm going to share with you this Perspex makeup holder I use in my bathroom. So I put my makeup on in my bathroom, and my husband doesn't seem to mind having this gargantuan plastic holder. But the cool thing is that I can see everything in there. So I've actually put my brushes in a cup, which is not part of the holder, but there's a cup there with my brushes. I've got my skin, foundation and concealer at this end. I've got mascaras at the front, lip products behind, eye and lip pencils at the back, and it's pretty cool. So I can just see everything what I've got. So the way that my makeup works is I often get things out of my professional makeup kit that are dying or I no longer want to rely on, and I'll use them on myself. So I'm just using a lot of these up to kind of get rid of them, and then eventually hopefully it will just be my favourites in there. But that's how I do it, and I love to have everything at one glance. You've just got to have it all at your fingertips. Another way you can do that is specifically for lipsticks only. You can get these Perspex holders which are kind of cut on a bit of an angle so you can see the products a bit better, and it's just lipstick. So most of standard size or even quite fat tubes like this will fit inside here. And then it just means you can see the colours on the end, what lipsticks you've got. You've got lip liners here. If you want to match them up, you can do that. And these are probably a lot less expensive than the bigger holders, but of course the big holder, it holds everything. This is just mainly lipsticks or perhaps skinny concealers or foundations or something. So this is another cool thing, you can see it at a glance. Another option is to have everything, all your powder products, in a Z palette. So powders and creams you can usually put into these palettes. So this is it's very similar to a Z palette that you'll find on the internet. A lot of makeup artists use Z palettes, and they are this massive magnetic pad which it comes empty, and you just fill it with whatever powder refill products you've got. These I've actually depotted from some Bella V loose powder pigments. See, it goes everywhere. I've tried to put it into press. I've got some blushes, some eyeshadows, and I've actually covered this one myself with some washi tape. Here is a Z palette, an official Z palette. This is double-sided. I've got all my eyeshadows there, my blushes there, and some of these products I've only bought as refills. So I can see my eyes, lips or cheeks, skin powder products all in one go. One of the downsides with the Z palette is the most recent one I bought, actually the screen has totally cracked right across, and you can see the massive crack, and it's only been in my kit once or twice, which is really sad. So, but again, it's come empty, and I've put my own products that I want to fill and have at my fingertips in one place in here. So that's an option, and the Z palette range also comes in a lot smaller sizes, so if that's going to be overkill for what you need, you can buy smaller sizes online, and the screen is probably less likely to crack on the smaller ones. You can get a lot smaller palettes as well. So this is cool because you can see everything, and it's all at your fingertips in one place. Another way you can do that is, and going back to the Z palette, if you were to use this and you didn't know how to buy little refills, most makeup products that you buy are refills, and they're just glued or set inside a whole little plastic packaging. There are tutorials online that teach you how to use your microwave or oven on a very, very low setting, not too high because that's how you ruin products. But you can actually melt or soften the plastic and take that away, and then you're just left with a little refill that is usually magnetic, or you can make it magnetic and put it into your Z palette. So that's really cool. But a lot more of a consumer or everyday person friendly way to get a palette like that that's totally customizable with your own products is the Mary Kay Compact. This is the regular size. There is a size that is 3 times larger, which is what I previously used to rely on, which is really good for having lots of makeup options at your fingertips. And this is how their regular size compact looks. And this is a magnetic well here. This, I've just simply put more products in. This is not magnetic this side, it's actually like that. It's designed to be for little tools that you can buy for cheek and eye tools for your compact. But I filled it up with eyeshadows just because I wanted more options just for eyeshadows, and then of course this is a well for your lipstick. So their own, this is one of the range of lipsticks fits inside here, and some other sizes do as well, but it just makes everything, you've got it at your fingertips and you can see it. So you grab your brush, you go into your eyeshadows, you can switch between shadows and cheeks and lips really easily. You don't have to pick up one, see what colour it is, open it, use it. Pick up another, if you're using more than one eyeshadow. So this is really, really cool, and like I say, sometimes I just fill this extra part just to be cheeky with extra colours. So that's a really good, friendly way to do it. It's also really eco-friendly. You just there's no packaging to throw away really, you just buy each little item as it is, and if you've used up this colour for example, you just flick it out and replace it with one colour. So the cool thing about this is, or the second tip is to cut down on buying those individual pieces, those individual compacts that you can't do anything with, and the trios and the quads that come pre-filled. So when you're using that, most of the time you're using up the light colours first, and then you're left with this quad that usually sifts around for some years of all the dark colours that you haven't used, and you probably never will, but you keep it because you've paid for it, and it seems to be like a waste to have these colours that you don't use. So my solution is just don't buy those. Just buy individual refills that you can use in a Z palette or with the Mary Kay range inside their compacts, and then everything's at your fingertips, and you don't have to be shuffling, like rummaging to the bottom of your bag to find what lost products you have there, or not using those products because you've forgotten you actually have them, which is really sad when you've invested money on makeup for it not to go to a good use. So I really love that. It's the only brand, that Mary Kay brand, that I've found that has lips, cheeks and eyes that you can fill yourself in one palette or one compact. Cool. Another way to, again, to cut down on the amount of products in your makeup stash, so you might have something like this, even if it's tidy, you might be like, right, I've got 10 lipsticks I'm not using. What you could do if you wanted to see them all at a glance, is to put them into this little palette. This is Vuset brand, Vuset, and they have these clear Perspex palettes again that come empty, and you can fill them. You can squash your lipsticks in there, or you can, like I do, squash them in and then melt it a little bit, do short bursts in the microwave to make them flat on top like these ones, and so it looks all pretty. You can see what colours, you can put a label on here if you want to label what colours they are, or write it on in permanent marker or pen, and that is like, what is that? I don't know how many that is. Heaps of lipsticks in one go, like 36 or something. So if you've got that, that's what you could do. Another thing to do is to use up your lipsticks that you might not want anymore, or I often used to, mix 2 or 3 lip colours together every day to get this perfect shade. So now I've got it in this bottle. So I've just used an empty, this was actually a cheek tint, a cheek colour bottle, and I've put lipsticks in there, swish them all around. I might have done a little bit of a burst in the microwave to melt them properly to get them to blend, and then now I've just got that one shade and I can apply that with my fingers or a brush or whatever. I've also done one step more, if I've got it in that palette here, and this lipstick here is an empty Mary Kay lipstick, and I found I was mixing these 2 different shades together, Elizabeth Arden and a NYX shade. Now this is not perfect, but I got those 2 colours and I squashed them. You can see it's all weird and bulbous. I squished them into this little tube. Now next time I probably would empty it out completely, maybe oil the sides of the tube and pour some melted lipstick in there, and then probably let it set, and then it'll wind up most likely into a beautiful tube. So, but that for me is just a little hack. I can actually use it without using a brush or fingers or anything, and that's not even like, that lipstick doesn't exist. It's just something I made up and I took it on holiday because I just wanted my one colour. So there's all these different options for making the most of your makeup stash, cutting out a lot of that clutter so that you can actually see what the heck you've got and make the most of what you have. One of my services is called a makeup bag makeover. So if you are near Tauranga and you're interested in meeting me to figure out what we can do with your stash, whether it's the kind of DIY type hacks that you can do with lipsticks, or creating a palette for you, a customized palette, or maybe it's to do with figuring out the products that don't suit you, but perhaps there might be a way you can actually use these products and get some sort of other use out of them and make them do double duty. There's lots of cool things that you might not have thought about that I've come across that could help you in that way. So if you're interested in that, you can go to lilybethmakeup.com and just check out the services there under makeup lessons for makeup bag makeover. And also, you might already have clicked through this video through my Lilybeth letter, but if not, you can subscribe to my monthly email at lilybethmakeup.com under free. So there's this free, we all love free, it's the top navigation of the website. Click under there, you'll see a few different free things, including this Lilybeth letter, and the people that are watching this video first, they're all subscribers of that, so they get to see things before everybody else. So I hope that's been of some sort of kind of use to you. Maybe you'll contact me and find out where to pick up a Perspex holder for yourself, or how to customize a compact. If you do, I hope that this, whether you do or not, I hope this video has been of use to you somehow. If it has, share it, like it, subscribe, whatever you can do on the platform you're watching this, and thank you so much for watching.